The red rubber ball. In a cozy little house, nestled at the end of a quiet street, there was a bright red rubber ball sitting on the floor. This ball was not just any ball, it was the softest, bounciest ball you could ever imagine. It gleamed in the sunlight that streamed through the window, casting a warm glow all around. In the same room, a curious baby named Lily sat on a colorful play mat. Lily had big, sparkling eyes and a joyful smile that could light up the darkest day. She loved to explore the world around her, and today, her gaze was fixed on the red ball. "Wow!" Lily cooed, reaching out her tiny hands toward the ball. She wanted to touch it, to feel its smooth surface and to see if it would bounce. In the corner of the room, a sleek black cat named Coco was lounging on a sunny windowsill. Coco had shiny fur that shimmered like the night sky, and her eyes sparkled with mischief. She was always on the lookout for something fun to do. As Coco stretched and yawned, she noticed the red ball rolling slightly as a breeze from the open window nudged it. Her ears perked up. "What's this?" she thought, her curiosity piqued. She hopped down from the windowsill and padded softly toward the ball. Lily giggled and clapped her hands as she watched the cat approach the ball. "Kitty! Look!" she squealed, waving her little arms in delight. The sound of her laughter filled the room with joy. Coco reached the ball and sniffed it cautiously. "It smells funny," she thought, tilting her head. But Coco was not one to back down from a challenge. With a swift movement, she lifted her paw and gently tapped the ball. The ball rolled across the floor, bouncing slightly as it went. It traveled toward the wall, then veered off toward the open space in the middle of the room. Lily's eyes widened with excitement. "Go, ball, go," she cheered, her laughter ringing out like music. Coco watched the ball roll and decided it was time for more fun. She took off after it, her black fur a blur as she chased the bouncing red ball. With each step, her paws made little pitter-patter sounds against the wooden floor. Lily crawled after the ball, her little knees making soft thuds against the mat. "I want the ball," she giggled, her baby voice full of excitement. Coco was quick, darting in front of the ball to tap it again with her paw. "Meow," Coco said playfully, as if to challenge the ball to a race. The ball rolled faster, and Lily squealed with delight. "Kitty's so fast," she exclaimed, her eyes dancing with joy. The ball rolled under the coffee table, and Coco quickly followed. "I can't let it get away," she thought. She crouched low, her sleek body poised for action. With a swift swipe of her paw, she sent the ball rolling back out into the open. Lily clapped her hands again. "Yay, Kitty," she cheered, her laughter filling the room. Coco felt proud, her tail flicking back and forth in delight. But the ball had other ideas. It rolled past the couch and toward the kitchen, where it bounced off the cabinet and headed straight for the door. "Oh no!" Lily gasped, her eyes wide. "It's going outside." Coco dashed after it, her little heart racing with excitement. She didn't want the ball to escape. Just as the ball was about to roll out the door, Coco managed to tap it back toward the living room with a well-timed paw. The ball rolled back towards Lily, who was now sitting on the mat, her cheeks flushed with excitement. "Good job, Kitty," she said, clapping her hands. Coco felt like a hero, and she couldn't help but puff out her chest a little. But the ball wasn't finished with its adventures just yet. It rolled toward the stack of colorful building blocks. "Watch out!" Lily cried, her eyes gleaming with mischief. The ball crashed into the blocks, sending them tumbling down with a loud clatter. Lily giggled uncontrollably at the sight of the blocks falling. "More, more," she shouted, clapping her hands in encouragement. Coco, ever the playful cat, decided to join in on the fun. With her paws, she began to knock over the remaining blocks. "Meow," she exclaimed, as if saying, "Let's make more noise." The room was suddenly filled with laughter, meows, and the sound of blocks clattering to the floor. After the excitement, Lily sat back, her cheeks rosy and her eyes sparkling. Coco, tired from all the chasing and playing, curled up next to her. The red ball lay still for a moment, resting after its grand adventure. Lily looked at Coco and said, "You're my best friend, kitty." She gently patted the cat's head. Coco purred softly, enjoying the affection. Suddenly, Lily had an idea. "Let's play again," she said, her voice bubbling with excitement. She picked up the red ball and held it high above her head. "Ready, kitty?" Coco's ears perked up, and she watched with keen interest. "What's she going to do?" she thought, her tail twitching. With a giggle, Lily tossed the ball across the room. It bounced off the wall and rolled toward Coco. Without missing a beat, Coco sprang into action. She darted after the ball, her paws moving swiftly as she leaped and tapped the ball again. "This is the best game ever," she thought, feeling the thrill of the chase. Lily crawled after them, her laughter ringing out like a melody. "Go, kitty! Go!" she cheered, her heart full of joy. The ball rolled back and forth, bouncing between the baby and the cat. They played together, each taking turns chasing the ball and sending it flying in different directions. But then, the ball rolled under the couch. "Oh no! Where did it go?" Lily exclaimed, peering under the couch with wide eyes. "Kitty, where's the ball?" Coco crouched down, her eyes narrowing as she focused on the red ball peeking out from the shadows. She reached under the couch and gave the ball a gentle nudge with her paw, sending it rolling back into the open. "There it is!" Lily squealed, clapping her hands in delight. Coco felt like a champion, having rescued the ball once again. After all that playing, both Lily and Coco needed a little break. Lily's tummy rumbled, and she looked up at her mom, who was in the kitchen. "Mommy, I'm hungry," she called. "All right, sweetie. How about some snacks?" her mom replied, smiling as she prepared a plate of baby-friendly treats. Coco, too, was feeling a bit peckish. She trotted over to her food bowl and took a few bites of her favorite cat food. While munching, she kept an eye on Lily, ready for the next round of fun. Once they both had their snacks, Lily returned to the playroom, her eyes shining. "Ready to play more, kitty?" she asked, holding up the ball. Coco purred in response, her eyes gleaming with excitement. They resumed their game, and the ball bounced around the room once more. Lily tossed it, and Coco chased after it, her paws dancing with joy. "Let's see how high it can bounce," Lily shouted, throwing the ball up into the air. It soared high, and both Lily and Coco watched in awe as it landed softly on the floor. As the day went on, Lily and Coco continued to play together. They rolled, chased, and laughed, creating a special bond that only grew stronger with each passing moment. Lily loved how Coco was always there, ready for fun and adventure. And Coco adored Lily's laughter, which filled the room with happiness. "Best friends forever," Lily declared, hugging the ball tightly. Coco purred in agreement, happy to have such a wonderful friend. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow throughout the room, Lily and Coco settled down for a little rest. The ball lay quietly beside them, a reminder of all the fun they had shared that day. Lily yawned, feeling sleepy after all the excitement. "Good night, kitty," she whispered, snuggling up next to Coco. "Meow," Coco replied softly, curling up beside her friend. Together, they drifted off to sleep, dreaming of more adventures with their bright red rubber ball. The next morning, Lily woke up to the sound of birds chirping outside. She opened her eyes and smiled as she saw the red ball lying next to her. "Today is another day of fun," she exclaimed. After breakfast, Lily and Coco were ready for more adventures. "Let's go outside," Lily suggested, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Lily and Coco ventured out into the backyard, where the sun shone brightly and the grass felt soft beneath their feet. Lily held the red ball tightly as they explored the garden. "Look at all the flowers," Lily said, pointing to the colorful blooms. Coco sniffed curiously at the flowers, her tail flicking with interest. Lily decided to play a game of toss, throwing the ball into the air. "Catch it, kitty," she laughed as the ball soared upward. Coco leaped into the air, trying to catch the ball. She missed it the first time but quickly recovered, darting after it as it rolled across the grass. "I'll get it this time," she thought, determined to catch the bouncy ball. Lily cheered her on. "Go, kitty. You can do it." The two friends played together in the sunshine, their laughter echoing through the garden. Just then, a friendly squirrel named Sammy appeared, watching them from a nearby tree. "What are you two doing?" he called out, his bushy tail twitching with curiosity. "We're playing with the red ball," Lily replied, waving excitedly. "Do you want to join us?" Sammy scampered down the tree and joined the fun. "I love games," he exclaimed, his eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. With Sammy now part of the adventure, their game became even more exciting. Lily tossed the ball to Coco, who would then bat it back towards Sammy, who would catch it and toss it back to Lily. "Catch it, Sammy." Lily laughed as the ball rolled toward the squirrel. Sammy jumped and caught the ball in midair, his little paws gripping it tightly. "This is so much fun," Sammy cheered, tossing the ball back to Lily. As they played, the ball suddenly rolled under the garden bench. "Oh no! Not again!" Lily exclaimed, looking worried. Coco looked at Sammy and then back at the bench. "I'll get it," she said confidently. She crouched down and carefully squeezed under the bench, her eyes focused on the bright red ball. Using her paw, she nudged the ball out from under the bench, sending it rolling back into the open. "Got it," she meowed triumphantly. "Yay, kitty!" Lily cheered, clapping her hands. Sammy jumped up and down in excitement, his bushy tail flicking back and forth. With the ball back in play, they continued their game, laughing and cheering as they tossed it around. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and it felt like the best day ever. After a while, they decided to take a break and sat down on the grass, catching their breath. This was so much fun, Sammy said, grinning from ear to ear. Lily nodded, her cheeks flushed with joy. I love playing with you both. We should do this every day. As the afternoon wore on, Lily, Coco, and Sammy continued to enjoy each other's company. They shared stories, played games, and laughed under the warm sun. Lily realized how special it was to have friends to play with and how much fun it was to share adventures. Coco purred happily, enjoying the cheerful atmosphere. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in beautiful shades of orange and pink, Lily said, "Let's celebrate our day with a picnic." Great idea, Sammy exclaimed, his eyes sparkling with excitement. I can help gather some snacks. Coco, always ready for treats, nodded in agreement. They gathered some fruits and snacks from the garden and laid out a colorful blanket to sit on. Sitting on the blanket, they enjoyed their delicious snacks while the sun dipped below the horizon. This is the best picnic ever, Lily said, taking a big bite of her apple. Coco nibbled on a few pieces of cheese, while Sammy munched on some nuts he had collected. They shared stories and laughter, feeling grateful for the wonderful day they had together. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Lily felt a warm glow in her heart. Today was so much fun. I can't wait for our next adventure, she said, looking up at her friends. Coco purred softly, happy to have such wonderful friends. Sammy nodded in agreement, his eyes shining with delight. Every day can be an adventure if we're together. Before they packed up their picnic, Lily made a promise. Let's promise to always be friends and have more adventures together. Absolutely, Sammy said, raising his paw. Meow, Coco added, tapping her paw against Lily's hand. With their promise made, they gathered the picnic and headed back to the house, their hearts full of joy and laughter. That night, as Lily snuggled into her bed, she thought about all the fun she had that day. She smiled, knowing that tomorrow would bring even more adventures with her beloved friends. Coco curled up at the foot of the bed, purring softly. She had never felt happier, knowing she had found a true friend in Lily and a new friend in Sammy. As they drifted off to sleep, the bright red rubber ball lay nearby, a symbol of their friendship and all the fun they would continue to have together.